Okay, this is everything that I need for an overnight, but it's also slash my bug out bag, a 64 liter, a late. This should be Coleman. Very nice bag that I got from my uncle. Now, where to start? I mean, really, the bag, like I said, 64 liters. I have walkie talkies on here. I have the wristbands that also double as whistles. This will be on my back. Got a little sweat rag right there. You need that when you're hiking hard. Then, of course, I attach my bear spray to my bag. That way it's always accessible. Just pull that, let it rip. Now, of course, you can see I have a whole bunch of stuff. A lot of this stuff in the back is going to be my thermals, nice socks. Like I have long johns, a thermal top. Even if it's summer hiking, at night it can get cold. So I always bring a beanie because your head will trap a lot of that heat whenever you're out there. So shorts, socks, shirts. Of course, always bring a blanket. All right, nice and thin, kind of light. Good blanket. Got my rain jacket, another sweatshirt. Because as much as you think it may be warm in the summer, it can get cold. Starting off over here, kind of work from the front and back. Always bring a tarp, especially if you're hiking in the Great Smoky Mountains like we do all the time. It'll rain in a blink of an eye. So got to have your tarp. Always set it up early. This goes over the bag. It's actually really nice, little stretchy material where it just wraps around your bag. It will protect your bag, especially hanging it up at night. I have a trick for hanging this in your bag up at night, which I'll show in the video. Always, first is got to have some good food. All right, got the Chili Mac Mountain House. I don't know if I can really show this, but yeah, very good. Got the dental floss picks. Right over here, I got some paracord. Very nice flashlight. Could come in handy. I usually use a hammock. So I have a single person Wise Owl hammock here. I always bring big old propane tank. That way everybody can use it if they need to. And this is a little stove that I just got gifted that hooks up to the propane right there. First aid's always got to be in your pack. I got a little first aid kit. Now this is pretty cool. Picked this up at Walmart. A bite and sting kit. So if you got stung or bit by a snake, supposedly this will extract the venom. Of course, extra band-aids, little first aid kit, gauze, and all that. This can double as a tarp if you needed to, but it's really a emergency blanket. So you got to use the things that you got kind of wisely. If it got to be a tarp, it can be. Of course, always have a garbage bag. That'll come in handy, especially when you're hiking with a bunch of people. Pick up their trash. Make sure you're not laying a bunch of stuff around the park or wherever you're going. Now to go with the food, we got some nice utensils. Sturdy, durable. And I even have a little can opener just in case, because it is kind of slash my bug out bag. Of course, got to have a nice knife. Now, a big thing with survival kits or survival bags, hiking bags, whatever, it's good to have flint. And can you always use that knife right here, scrape off the magnesium. and go to work with that fire there. So a nice knife. You can see that it has that braided twine on it just in case you need that. All right, of course, some nice hiking poles. Now, I got these from my mom a couple years ago, and I've been using the far out of them. So, yeah, on this one, the handle slides down, which makes it a little uncomfortable, but you just hold the top of that. Should be pretty good. Hiking sticks, underrated. Everybody thinks, oh, I'm good without hiking sticks. Well, wait until you're walking that 20 miles going uphill, you realize you need some. Always got extra first aid everywhere. Now, you definitely need a good headlamp. This is a solid headlamp, Coleman. That's like everything I rock. I like to rock Coleman. Actually, I think, yeah, Craftsman, yeah, Coleman. This is actually a Craftsman. But I like the Coleman stuff. They always make good, durable gear. Now, this will pop onto the propane tank. Just a little torch, which is good if you cannot get a fire started. Have this bad boy torch. Will light it up. Now, these two kind of go together. This is 2 liters, I believe, worth of water. Got this on Amazon, and it has worked pretty well. It does not leak. It'll fill up. You can use it just fine. You definitely want a camel pack whenever you're going. Even on a day hike, camel pack is essential. I don't like having a bunch of water bottles and stuff. Packing that, being able to just hang it out of your bag and sip it as you go. Huge perk instead of taking your bag off or having to pull it out the side. But this is an MSR pump. Now, they do go for about $120, $130 online, but this pump will last you a long time. I've used it on every hike. You just pull the filter out and wash it, which I'll probably be able to show you a better video on the MSR pump during the hike. So definitely want a good water filter. The MSR pump will do very good. Dameron just gifted me his FlexLight Air chair. Thank you, Dameron. Very nice chair, super lightweight, and it's a big bonus having a chair like this when you're hiking. Just to relax, get off your feet, and not have something that's uneven or hard. It feels super great whenever you're sitting in that. So even though they are pricey, I definitely recommend getting something like it. There's some collapsible ones that are still nice, but that one is by far one of the best ones. Gotta have some bug spray because we're going to be out there in the thick of it. Now, this I got gifted for Christmas. Is a power bank. Has all of the attachments right on the back. That's going to come in handy when I need to charge anything. Also doubles as a flashlight. Now, in this bag, like I said, it's kind of bug out bag, so I got a sewing kit. I mean, this could come in handy for any injuries that we have. Super cheap, $5 sewing kit. Be able to sew somebody up or sew your clothing up. This is a little fire log. It's really good to have a bunch of fire starter. I feel like you can never have enough, because if it gets wet out there and you can't find anything dry, it can be tough to get that fire started. Now, of course, got to have a little Uno or a deck of cards, something nice to just take your mind off of the hike and being out in the woods, play with the buddies. I do have a little foldable shovel, really kind of the bug out style too, just in case I needed to dig out any shrubs. Now, these two I picked up, I believe, at a national park somewhere. These are really nice. It has common edible plants of the mid-Atlantic. So a lot of these plants can be found around here. Edible in the spring. fall time, summer, whole big old pamphlet, and it's laminated. So this is very nice to have in your bag just in case bug out situation. Or even if we had gotten lost and we needed to find some food, that is going to come in handy. Now this navigation, knowing your stars definitely can help if you need to get out in a bad situation, but we do have plenty of maps on us. We try to take those with us. I have a compass in here. I have matches, batteries, a little Swiss Army knife. So yeah, definitely always keep a map on you. Try to have something. Of course, you gotta have some baby wipes. Can't go out without those. Decomposable. Multi-tool. Gotta have a multi-tool. For any situation, this can come in handy. I got like 2 things of toothpaste, toothbrush, got a bar of soap in here, got a little bit of coffee, instant coffee. Buddy, that is like gold on the trail. But what's even more gold on the trail, shout out to Aunt Jen, are the no bakes. Now I'm going to have to keep a bag of this hidden, okay? Because that is for real gold out there. Chocolate, oatmeal, great source of protein. Definitely helps with the mental going on the hike. So no bakes, actually, you know what? We'll have the no bakes up here up front because these are a necessity going on the hikes. Gotta have that. Your best brands really for anything hiking related will be Coleman, Ozark Trail. Those are like the top 2. They're kind of cheaper too. So you can get away with buying a bunch of stuff for cheap. Got some extra napkins, blow your nose. Extra baby wipes, gotta have those. Collapsible cup, definitely comes in handy. Can be a bowl as well. You gotta have some lightweight shoes other than your hiking boots so you can let your feet air out after the long hike. I've had these on basically every hike. Me and my buddies have done a good amount of hikes together. Probably I've gone to maybe 6 overnight trips in the Great Smoky Mountains. I'd say it's just good to get out, even if it's not overnight like we do. A day hike will definitely help your mental feel good. Look, another map right here. Bam. Gotta have those. But this book, this is super cool to people that hike. This book was from the 60s, I want to say. It has a lot of old trails on it. It's The Hiker's Guide to the Smokies by Dick Merlis and Constance Stallings. Definitely a good book. Old trails will tell you things that you can see on the trail, like old trains, steam engines, all that. I mean, you'll be able to find it all in that book. Got to make sure everything's nice and waterproof. So, quick recap. Always got to have your tarps. Got to have something like that to keep you out of the rain. Something to sleep with. Definitely got to have your med kit. Have a couple of them. Make sure everybody's got one on them. The no bakes cannot go without. Like I said, magnesium flint stick. Great to have. It'll last you forever. It'll be good in the water. You can toss it in the water, pull it back out, and it'll be just fine to start a fire. Rope, always good to have. A little Sprite action, a little something. Of course, gotta have the maps, hiking sticks, chair. you see how many thermals and clothes I got. If I have to, I'll throw all of that on me at night just to stay warm. On top, well, with my blanket on top. And yes, definitely get you a good bag. This will go a long way. On mine, I have nice support in the back. You can see that it kind of arches, right? Got plenty of storage. I got plenty more food in here. Gotta bring extra food. Like, once you said, oh, I have enough food, pack more, because you'll want it. Definitely water, camel pack. Bring something for water and water filtration. But I'd say, oh, other than the bungee cords that are sitting here, that is basically everything that I'll have for an overnighter. Of course, you can always add in more and have some more cool stuff, cool gadgets that you can show the buddies or just show off or whatever, whoever. But keep in mind, yes, water, maps, filtration, water filtration, food, and something good to sleep in, something warm, because it will get cold at night no matter where you're at usually, even in the summer. Got to have something like that. First aid kits, all of that. So now you've seen into my hiking bag. All right, ready to go.